Premium cases for the iPhone XR? Let's have a look. Dave Taylor here, and I'm looking at cases for the iPhone XR. That's this. And I have two different brands of premium cases. First one we're going to look at is Pad and Quill. And we're going to start out with this nice presentation box. And this is actually a wooden case. This is the Timberline hard case. And it's really pretty cool because they have this sort of soft rubber, it's not actually very soft, hard rubber, plasticky sort of thing on the inside, and then they have a wood on the back, and this is actually an American walnut. It's a beautiful piece of wood. It looks very nice. Now, let's see, we'll put the phone in, and it fits in easily enough, and it's very slim. However, there is zero bezel. So this is something you should know, is if this is how you're going to carry your phone, if it falls face down, there is no protection from this case at all, which is kind of interesting because there's no reason they couldn't have actually added some protection, but they didn't. So it is FSC certified, and FSC is Forest Stewardship Council. So this is basically a green and sustainably harvested wood that they're using. It comes in American walnut or rosewood, which is a little bit lighter colored, and they're $39.95. And of course, the biggest, most important other question, I'm always looking at the bezel, but I'm also looking at, does it work wirelessly? And as you can see, it does indeed continue to charge wirelessly. So that one's nice. Let's move forward a little bit onto the next one. So let's see. The next one I have from Pad and Quill is this. This is the Bella Fino, and this is actually really nice. It's a wallet style, and on this side there's space for 5 to 7 credit cards, and the frontmost has a nice visibility hole there, so if you put your driver's license there, people will be able to see it. And there is a pocket behind all the cards, and that is where you could put some money if you're so inclined. And then the phone fits on this side, and of course this is the same material as the interior of this one. So we will put the phone in here, and it fits in very nicely. It does not fall out, and it's a nice case design. Now, I will note that there's nothing to keep it closed. There's no magnet, there's no clasp, there's nothing. So if you just put it down, I have a feeling over time it's going to tend to open a little bit. So that might be something you find super annoying. That would be up to you. Otherwise, it's very nice, and as with all leather products, this is a full grain American leather, and as with all leather products, it will get softer and richer as time passes because your hand and finger oils actually will help that process. Now, I will say that the camera is pretty far back there, and because the case has a tendency to sort of bend a little bit here, then I'm not entirely sure that it doesn't get in the way of the very edges of the camera. So let's go ahead and open up the camera and have a quick look to see what happens. So let's see, I can do it this way, and then we can get to the camera. And no, I'm not seeing any issues. So when I look at it, it looks like there could be a problem, but the camera itself is not demonstrating any issues. So that's good. So this is the Bella Fina. Let's take the phone out of it. And now we'll move on to the third case from Pad and Quill. And I have to say, they have really interesting packaging. I feel like I'm opening up, you know, the Declaration of Independence or something with the wax seal on it and everything. So that's kind of fun. So this one is essentially the same case. The only difference, as you can see between these, the only difference is the actual back. So this one is known as the Heritage Bella Fino. So it is also going to be essentially all the same design, all the same characteristics. And interestingly, it is actually for a different size phone. So I won't be able to demonstrate the phone fitting in this one. So that's how it goes. Seems like every time I'm doing one of these roundup reviews, there's one case that sneaks in that's the wrong size. But let's go back to this, the Bella Fino, and I want to just show you that it does work. Well, let's see. Let's get it back to here. It is working with wireless charging. So that's really important because one of the great things about the XR is it supports wireless charging. So now, This might be not exactly the same size, but let's be honest, since the design is so incredibly similar that it's really just cosmetic differences, so that's okay. If you like this sort of two-tone, and there's a couple of options for the two-tone, this is chocolate, and they also have a black, and then there's charcoal is this color. So there's a couple of different ways you can have this color-wise, or you can have this, which is just a single color. And this comes in chocolate, or whiskey, or Galloper black. I really like the names of their colors. So that's Pad and Quill. And let me see. So this is $79.95, and then this one is $89.95, right? So now let's look at two more cases. These are both from Nomad, and these are both made out of Horween leather. And honestly, I don't know what all these leathers are, but somewhere someone does. So this is similar in design to the wood case from Pad and Quill, in as much as there's an interior part that's sort of this like, this is actually a TPE or thermoplastic elastomer or elastomer material. I don't know what that is either. It's this. So, you know, it has that. And then on the outside, it actually has the leather. And this is a very slim case, and it feels really nice. This is just what they call their rugged case. Now, with a name like that, however, you would think that there would be some bezel involved. And in fact, there is, again, no bezel at all. So there's no protection for the phone. So not really a fan of that, but I am confident that it will do wireless charging, and you can see right there, it goes straight to the wireless charging, no problem. So it has a really nice hand feel to it, and when I look at the buttons on the sides and stuff, they've absolutely nailed all the dimensions, and the cutout for the phone and everything is all really nice. It just needs to be like 1 millimeter taller. So that means we're down to one last case, and this actually is my favorite. This is the Rugged Tri-Folio from Nomad. Oh, before we finish with this one, rugged case in polycarbonate body with TPE, and it comes in brown or black, and it's $44.95. Then we get to this, and this is a Tri-Folio. It's a tri-fold. How about that? So basically, it looks, quite honestly, like they took this and put a wallet around it. That works. So put the phone in, it's super easy to go in. And again, you have that same issue that there's no bezel, but it doesn't really matter as much because you're gonna carry it like this, right? So again, look at how I folded it. You don't fold it like that because it's really not designed. This side is really not designed to go over the phone. Although I suppose if you really wanted to, you could probably just soften the leather and carry it that way. I might be tempted to do that. But generally speaking, you're gonna fold these two together. Let's turn off the flashlight. All right, whatever, we'll get to it. Generally speaking, you're gonna fold these over and then fold this over that, right? So that works out perfectly well. And you can see there's a slot here. You can put some money in there. There's another slot here, maybe some ID. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different slots for credit cards. So they say it's 4 card slots and 2 cash slots. However you wanna do it, you know, empty, it looks a little weird, but once you actually have it full of stuff, it's actually going to work out really nicely. And I have to say, it's just a nice case, although it is perhaps a little clumsy to carry it and have it look like this on the side. So honestly, when it really comes down to it, I'm not sure this is going to stay as my favorite, but let me just say, well, first off, let me turn off the flashlight. I'm not sure how the flashlight got turned on in the first place, but we'll turn it off. There we go. So this is the Nomad Rugged Tri-Folio. It is only available in this brown, and it is $79.95, which leads us to the conclusion of this little roundup of premium cases. And I am going to perhaps surprise everyone and tell you that this Pad and Quill is actually my favorite. So this is the Bella Fino for the iPhone XR, And I really like that it's just simple. I wish there was a little clasp or something maybe, but I have a feeling over time as this softens with use, it's gonna naturally form and be just a little bit more closed, because right now, brand new out of the box, the top is sort of splaying out just a little bit. Not great. So before I wrap this all up entirely, however, let me ask if you can subscribe to my channel and give me some feedback. Do you like wallet cases? What do you look for if you have a case where you have your phone and you have credit cards and stuff? What's like your must-have with all of this? So with that, thank you for watching. This is the Pad and Quill Bella Fino for the 10R. It is the winner of this little premium case shootout. And this is Dave Taylor, and I'll catch you in my next video.